Do you hate people? Are you enjoying your time in isolation? An example of having a good time include putting on your headphones and listening to the same playlist over and over again with a smoothie, probably some snacks, and you can just call it a night. This applies to you, then I'm sorry, but that's pretty introverted.
I'm sorry, but that's pretty discriminatory.
Coming back to the main topic of this episode, what makes you an introvert? And why? This is Xplicit Talk. Episode 3! My followers on Twitter, what are you? And a lot of people answered 13 people. And 38% answered introvert, 62% answered neither an introvert or an extrovert. That is very interesting, and that is what I'm going to talk about in this episode. So, the definition of an introvert is someone who prefers calm, minimally stimulating environments. Introverts tend to feel drained after socializing and regain their energy by spending time alone. So I have searched on Google what makes an introvert. And according to Ising's theory, introverts are those that have naturally high levels of arousal because introverts tend to experience chronically high arousal levels. They tend to seek activities and environments where they can escape from overstimulation. Wow! And we thought that highly energetic people are those who suffer from overstimulation. Okay? See, that brings us to our first point, how introverts are misunderstood in society. One might ask, saying, what is your issue? You seem like a person who never, ever experienced introversion, who never was an introvert. And that's actually very wrong because I believe that human beings adapt to their environment and it's a dynamic and it can change. You can change and become more extroverted person, a person who's more energized, or when you're surrounded by people. That's me now. But before that, when I was in elementary school, middle school, and I was just it was very, very hard to communicate with other people because it just felt like I couldn't fit in. That's one thing. But the other thing was, if I was just alone reading a book, talking to just one friend, and then that's it. But being in a group makes it very difficult for me to keep up with them, which is the first struggle. Communication. Yes, introverts have a lot of difficulty in communicating, and they envy extroverts. And the way they're being misunderstood is that they don't want to talk, or they hate you, or any person might think that they don't want to talk to you, dude. Just leave them alone. They're weird and stuff. But that's not the issue. The fact of the matter is they want to communicate. They wish they can communicate like an extrovert, right? They can crack jokes. They can speak their minds. They can even get embarrassed. They can even get checked, ratioed, whatever. They're just going to continue, talking and laughing like nothing ever happened. But for an introvert, every step is calculated, all right, and thought through multiple times before they're being said, unless they really trust you. Which brings us to the other issue, trust. Of course, a lot of people, it's very common. Introverts don't trust you, and because they have trust issues and whatnot. All right, we're gonna talk about how trust issues affect people's personality, but in the next episode. But for this episode, it's enough to say that people are discouraged when they're talking to an introvert because they think it's going to take a whole lot of time and effort, especially if you're a very energetic person. If you are a person that is considered an ambivert, an extrovert, someone who's social, all right, you might feel discouraged that what the hell is this person? This person is very weird. It's very common. It's very common. Oh, this person is very weird. He's very quiet. What is he hiding? Is he doing something? You never know, right? But it's not okay to generalize because that's pretty discriminatory. All right. The issue of trust here is not because that person, is not, he believes that people are not worthy of trust. It's because, when you're talking to a person who values their alone time, who values being alone and their peace, and their thoughts and whatever thing they have, and they're very, very conscious. Some of them are very self-conscious. So the process of letting you in their lives is very, they're not picky as much as they are testing and evaluating and actually understanding the person, getting to know the person to see if they're gonna fit in our very small space where other people want to go in and make a whole lot of noise and stuff. It's very hard to let those people in. Introverts, most of them are shy as well, so that's one of the things. So they're not people who do not want to trust you, who hate other people, who think that you're not worthy of trust. They're just basically trying to see if you're worth it. Okay, that's it, guys, for today's video. A very short video. And is it even a short video? Probably 11 minutes long. But I wanted to address this issue because a lot of my friends are concerned, those who do not really enjoy group hangouts, and okay, basically introverts, all right? No need to make this video any longer. So basically introverts, right? And I don't like labeling everything and everyone, but it's easier that way. People who consider themselves to be introverts, who consider themselves to be very, very low energy. They do not really, they're not really attracted to the overstimulation and prefer alone time. That's it for Explicit Talk, episode 3. In the next episode, who knows what we might talk about? But we will definitely talk about something that is concerning today's society, and it has to be explicit. So it's your boy, saying H. Make sure you like and subscribe and all of that shit.